Alright, so this one is so new that a week ago this was not in stores. And this is one of 6 Ohio Liquor Maker's Mark private select picks. And these are also the first ones we're having to have the new stage to replace the Mocha. So...
I still really hope that they make the Mocha into its own.
They're going to. They're not stupid. They're not going to just get rid of everyone's favorite stage.
Well, I actually looked into what the median is. The median is actually just a more refined version of the Mocha. Like, essentially, It's supposed to take the original notes and then add on to them.
So you think that there's a chance they're just improving it and don't...
That's what it sounds
instead
like.
of removed it?
That's what it sounds like. Because I think that median is actually like a French chocolate dessert instead of like Mocha being like the chocolate dessert.
Okay.
I think that's what median is. And that's why they named it that. I could be wrong, but...
I got you. So, but anyway, this one is 5 pure, 446, and 1 of the new. I don't think any of us have actually pronounced it right. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed
I believe it's Mondayon.
Mondayon.
Yeah, I know there's an N in there, an extra N in there you weren't pronouncing.
Mondayon, okay.
And I was pronouncing a very Anglo version of it.
Well...
But I think it's Mondion. I think it's actually...
Mendion.
Mendion.
The nose on this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that like initial like Maker's Mark. There's no Maker's Mark cherry. Like you could confuse this as maybe not even being Maker's Mark, but it has like that weediness, like that bready, not doughiness, but like breadiness of Maker's Mark. Mm-hmm. And then it follows up with chocolate brownie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then there's like an extra sweetness on the front end. I want to say like creme brulee. It's like a sharp caramel sweetness.
Yeah.
So it's like sharp caramel, that
or
breadiness.
Or even like a salted caramel ice cream.
Yeah.
Almost smells like a brownie with salted caramel ice cream on it.
Yeah. And then
just
like
a nice
that
little scoop on top.
And then that little bit of spice, and then Maker's breadiness.
Ooh, that's delicious.
Chocolate.
A lot of chocolate.
A lot of chocolate.
Like this is like brownie chocolate too. This isn't
Right.
This isn't like the.
This isn't milk chocolate. This is like.
It's super rich and decadent.
It's almost like a fudge.
Yeah, it's not milk chocolate, and it's not like cocoa powder like a lot of the other ones are, and it doesn't have coffee. Like.
I get a vanilla cream on the finish too.
Yeah.
It's also, despite the fact that there's no cuvee in it, it still has a decent mouthfeel.
It does.
It still is a little. It's not obviously as viscous as if it was cuvee.
Right.
Because that seems to be the main thing that you get from it, but it still has some of that.
Yeah, like it starts off with like that Maker's spice, a little warm, goes into like a little bit of oak in the middle, like a not bitter oak, but like definitely a dry oak.
Right.
And then after that, like front and middle, like sweetness, spice, and oak, just transitions into like the chocolate, the brownie, the bread, and then finishes up with that vanilla cream on like the aftertaste. Not even the finish, just the aftertaste.
Yep. It was way more chocolatey than I ever expected this to be.
For only one of the chocolatey staves, quote unquote, yeah, this is really surprising.
It has to be the way it interacts with something.
It's either that or this may have just been like a more charred single barrel, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have. Yeah.
It very well
Any
could
number of variables and how long the stave was in there, because we don't know this.
Yeah. Because I'm wondering, like, if you took this same stave profile, would you get similar notes, or is some of this decadence just because of the single barrel?
Right.
Which could be the case. And which gives me all the more reason to say maybe I should just go to Ohio and buy some of this myself.
Yeah, because this is like, in terms of decadent and like the rich chocolate notes, it beats out any Makers I've had by far.
I'm trying to think back to the ones that I said were some of my favorites. I do think this beats all of the Atlantic liquor picks.
Agreed.
Knowing that the 4 was like my second favorite behind the Rob Samuels pick. I think this is my favorite.
I think it's better than the Rob Samuels. I think My issue is I still put it on par with the 2 Fine Wine and Good Spirits picks.
Yeah, I think that especially the newest Fine Wine Good Spirits
Yeah,
pick,
you
I
really
think-
like the
It
second
comes to
one.
a point too where they start getting so similar in how much we like them that it becomes hard to compare because we like them all a lot, but they have
For
very
different
different
reasons.
characteristics to it.
Yeah.
And they all still are distinctly makers.
Right.
Yeah, like you can any
I
one
could not
of these.
mistake this for anything else.
Yeah, any one of these I would immediately tell you is Maker's Mark, but I
Yeah, the only reason I would ever mistake this as not being Maker's Mark is the nose.
Yeah.
the nose.
But
is
then the
more
moment you
cherry,
taste it,
And yeah, like if you told me on the nose that it was Maker's Mark, I'd be like, oh, okay, I could see it, but I
Right,
wouldn't.
because of the-
I could be
because of the
confused
doughiness,
otherwise.
yeah.
But
or the breadiness, yeah.
but yeah, like on the taste, like it definitely still has that distinct like Maker's spice.
As it lingers, I'm getting more and more where it feels like I just ate a brownie.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah, I really do
It's
like
sweet.
this.
It's a rich chocolate. It's not a milk chocolate. It's not a dark chocolate. It is just very rich, like baked. Yeah, like a baked chocolate.
Yep.
pretty much.
Like a baked fudgy chocolate, yeah.
It's not as sweet as a fudge, but I mean, brownie was the right way for them to describe this.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is
And I'd pick this up in a heartbeat. I'm really hoping I'm able to find a bottle of it over there, but we'll see.
I can't wait for the campfire s'mores because that one, looking at the steak profile, that could line up to be my favorite I've ever had.
If you taste it before I get there, let me know what you think, because then I'll be able to buy it or not buy it blindly. Which I may just end up buying it blindly if I see it anyways, because it's a Maker's
It's
Mark.
still a Maker's pick. Like, you know that you're not going to be disappointed.
Like, I will drink it, and I would still take that over many, many, many other things on my shelf.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Maker's
they're-
is still one of my favorite, like, bourbon lines.
I have one shelf where I would hesitate, aside from other Maker stuff, to pick Makers over that other stuff, and that shelf is the shelf that has like my favorite stuff.
Yes.
That is
yeah.
Makers.
I have never once had a Maker's Private Select or Wood Finish that I did not love.
Right.
And,
It's hard to pick a favorite just because they're all delicious.
yeah, no, this is up there, though, with my 2 favorites. Like, between, like,
Yeah,
the
this
other
is
2
definitely
Fine
up
Wine and
there.
Good Spirits. Because
Like
I
when
went,
it competes with the one that you say is your favorite, it says a lot about
Yeah.
this.
and I did go back
And that's exactly what I assumed
Yeah.
was going to happen with you, where you're going to put it up there.
Yeah, because it's definitely in competition now. Because I went back and tried the Fine Wine and Good Spirits second pick again, and it really started to grow on me, just because of the Pop-Tart.
notes.
It's
The
so
cinnamon
good.
It's a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart
It's
and then
so
a chocolate
good.
fudge Pop-Tart. Like, how can you not love it?
Yeah,
Which
it's
makes this make more sense.
yes,
Because that one didn't have a ton of the mocha. But you
right.
still got a lot of chocolate on the finish with that chocolate fudge
Yes.
Pop-Tart. Again, it was like a sweeter version of this, and it was dialed back, but
Mhm.
that makes this make more sense. But it also confuses me as to what's influencing what.
I just think that the
I have a general idea of what each stave does, but now, like, seeing that some staves that have more of something not having the same flavor as one that has one of it.
right. I think the Mondayon is just because, like, yeah, like if you tone it down, because for all we know, you turn up the Mondayon and it just turns up how dark it can get in a way much different than the mocha did. Because one mocha didn't do a whole lot. It added a little bit of coffee or dark chocolate on at the
Right.
very end.
But because people liked it, they started building picks with more and more of it.
Yes. So.
And that's why I was like, I saw the name of this and I'm like, well, their names have been pretty spot on with how it actually tastes. I'm like, so yeah, you know what, it's worth a try. This is definitely worth a try. I like this more than I think I'd have liked the caramel corn one.
I would say so. Because, I mean, I've heard, like, even just looking at the state profile of the kettle corn already sounds better than the caramel corn. And not only that, but of all the things listed that they, like, flavored these after, or, like, named them after, caramel corn's probably my least favorite of all of them. If I'm going to be
Agreed.
totally honest.
Fair.
Kettle corn though is really interesting to me because I fucking love kettle corn.
Oh, kettle corn's great. Have you ever made kettle corn with coconut oil?
No, but that sounds good.
Well, all you do is you just start heating up coconut oil, pour a little bit of sugar in it, and then pop your popcorn in it. Perfect kettle corn. Every single time.
Good to know.
But yeah, this is absolutely delicious.
Yeah,
Maker's Mark knows how to do it.
I'm definitely going to try and snag some of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously let me know.
I will
whenever
let
you're
you
out
know.
there, and I would love to, at least snag one or two of these picks.